bang on time, 5 o'clock on the dot, off the dock. Well, thank you Stornoway. I said I'll be back and I was, and I'll be back. Bit of swell coming in here. Should have a nice bit of shelter until we're clear of the northernmost point of the Isle of Lewis, and then we'll have nothing but the sea from America.
Welcome back on board Altor of Down. Please join us as we sail into the fading light and adventure now further north than we have been before.
Well, it's not a bad place to be. Cruising north.
We are nearly 11 hours into the passage to Faroe Islands. We have a good speed, averaging around 6 knots, and the wind is cooperating. The hot water bottle is keeping me warm, but the night is really mild. I'm wrapped in a duvet on top of all the layers I'm wearing. It's really nice, good reflective time. The sea looks just magical, lit up with the moon.
It's just gone 4 o'clock in the morning, and as you can see there's a beautiful orange glow as the sun starts to show itself. It's always a very special thing to witness, and I have to say I've probably not been in a more spectacular place. It feels quite odd being well north of the UK and on the way to Faroes.
Quitting your job and chasing your dream is scary. It can feel like you are stepping off the path on which you are meant to be. But take it from me, tread that path, chase that dream, and then you will find that path was always meant to be.
"17 hours into the passage to Faroe Islands. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, the 8th of August. We are having a fabulous day. Mark is asleep. The wind is brilliant, what we really want, between 12 and 14 knots. And we are doing around 7 knots. That's our speed over ground, 7 knots. Great day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are we doing?
7 knots, speed over ground, 15 knots wind. Nice, over 7 knots.
I could feel it, and I slept pretty well. Getting much better at this sleeping malarkey. You slept well as well, haven't you? Or better?
Yeah, better, definitely.
Yeah. And the sun is out. Lovely, lovely blue sea. Look at that. Oh, it's Saturday. Yes. Coffee and Baileys.
Enjoy.
Well, as I make my morning coffee, here is the view from the galley. Lovely sunny day. Oh yes. Breakfast of champions. No smoothie, old school apple banana, coffee with Baileys. Cheers, happy Saturday.
Cheers.
The wonderful warm sunshine and beautiful blue sea provided a spectacular backdrop just to sit and relax. If only.
I'm hungry.
Good.
Can you please make something? Because if I start making something, I won't be able to eat it.
I can indeed. There's yours.
Look at this. Beautiful. "26 hours into the passage. The main is down. The jeep doesn't want to really cooperate.
We are about 17 miles from the outside of Tórshavn harbour. The motor is running, which is never ideal, but you know, it's great to have it because it's got us here when the wind completely packed up her bags and left. Hello.
Hi. We're closing on the Faroe. My first look on the Faroe.
Cool, eh?
Better than the internet.
We've chosen the course of 331. Come across here with the hope that we end up going through into that gap there. Pretty close quarters in here, Asher, isn't it?
Yeah, very tight.
We don't quite know where to go. I think it's up there. Here we are, next to the power boats. That's where we're going. It's a bit too tight here, so we're going to put this down now and try and get the job done.
We have met Tórshavn Port Authority guy. We have to get tested for coronavirus. Gave us a paper with telephone number for a corona taxi.
Oh, we get a bit.
Doesn't say here, but I'd say we can bargain.
Well, it's a very important day today on the good ship Altor. Asher's making a big effort here, getting made up because we are going into the city in Tórshavn for a coronavirus test. I'm nervous.
I'm shaking myself.
Now, no one likes a medical procedure, but standing in line with a view like this does make things a little bit easier, even if you are in an industrial estate.
Well, I thought for £50 a test, nearly, we would be in a nice little clinic, but no, we are in a tent that's been set up in a car park. There we are into the sumptuous car park tent for the final lineup.
This is the greatest DNA database that was ever created.
Whilst our cynicism is easy to detect, this is in no way levelled at the Faroe Islands. Our cynicism is, as it always has been, aimed at COVID-19 in general. But this channel is not about COVID-19, it's about adventuring now, and in order to do so, we had to submit to the test. Predictably, the test results came back negative, and we were then able to mix with the people of these beautiful islands.
Come on, tourist.
I'm a healthy tourist.
This is my kind of city.
Once we had fought through the crowds and said hello to a local woofer, the first order of business was to find the post office. After a year of trying to sell my previous boat, I enlisted the help of Chris and Jane of Boatshed Essex, and they were able to find a buyer. We completed the bill of sale and airmailed it to Essex. Thank you so much for the smooth transaction.
The entire water is covered in fog, or the clouds are really low.
So
It's astounding.
we are actually, we're above the fog, all the clouds, whatever they are. Have you seen the windmills over there, Asher?
Yes, just the tops of them. It's just mind-blowing.
It's incredible, isn't it? We hear the foghorn out there. Asher, I remind you this is the city.
I know.
Lovely. Never seen you so happy to stroke something. Perfect rooftop sandwich bar in the Faroe Islands, in Tórshavn. Thank you very much. Just looking at this very strange fog. It's rolling into the harbour here.
Back down at sea level, the fog had well and truly rolled in. We ventured through some narrow passageways and found ourselves in the old district. Walking through here felt like we had entered a time warp with the traditional buildings and grass roofs. This small and well-hidden place had an almost magical feel about it.
Just, it's like a fairy tale, isn't it?
Beautiful. Love these funky numbers that have got
Yeah,
behind me.
another one of them.
So cool. What just happened to us, we walked through the really old district, and it does say please respect the residents of this old district, which we really did, and walked through very sort of considerately and said hello to a slightly older lady who waved at me and said hello, and then Asha walked past and I heard her growl, "What are you doing here?" And then I turned back and waved, and she waved and shook her head and said, "Stay home." So what I really wanted to say at that point was, we have just got the all clear from COVID-19, so we could come in and have a cup of coffee if you feel lonely. But I didn't want to push our luck, and I wanted to be respectful, but that is just what happened. So everyone else has been really welcoming, and I just feel sorry for her that she is so scared. Hopefully she'll be alright. And cheer up! So here we are at the beach in the Faroe Islands. You can probably see by my smile and yours, I think, actually, we're having a great time here. Can't really explain the magic, even on a foggy day. But I tell you what, it's not just us. Look at the locals on this foggy day, frolicking on a day at the beach. They are swimming, they are paddleboarding, and it is 12.5 degrees sea temperature. So fair play to them.
After a wonderful few days of being tourists around Tórshavn, we decided to leave the safety and protection of the harbour. The time had come to take Altor for a look around too.
Good job, well done actually. This is our first actual sail out. We obviously got here and now we've come for a cruise, which to me feels good. Picked up a clean bit of wind now, and our strategy is one long tack across to the other side, and then we'll put a tack in and see if we're going to go up the fjord in the right direction for Vestmanna.
We have a ferry to our starboard, but we are staying on course, and hopefully he will pass us, take us from behind.
Well, if that's what you hope for, Asha, fine. I would rather not be taken roughly from behind by a Faroese ferry. Yeah, we're going to stand on here. He's only got to go to port by a few degrees to miss us by a long way. So we're going to stay where we are, I think, and see what happens. So, military ship, not a ferry, as we first thought. Good man, he made a big course adjustment to make it clear he was taking us from behind, and it didn't hurt. We've done quite well. We've managed to stay quite high to windward, so we might even be bearing away a bit to miss the harbour wall that comes out here, and then we'll stay as high as we can. I don't know what the wind effect will be behind this big old lump, but really if we could stay on this tack past the next bit of headland on the starboard side, you know, we'd be sailing on this tack almost until 5 miles short of Vestmanna.
Woo. Wind playing tricks.
Breeze on from all over the show. We went from one tack to another tack, didn't we? Just like bang bang, without even moving the rudder. So just that wind flying down those slopes. But it's good. We're now going to plod up here with the tide against the wind. But it doesn't seem to be bad conditions, despite the fact it is wind over tide. But I think we're up here before the tide really starts running hard, so yes, treat time.
We are closing on the Vestmanna harbour. Beautiful green valley.
Our sail north from Tórshavn had provided us with mind-boggling spectacular scenery that you sail so close to and watch as it towers above you. Yes, the Faroe Islands are a feast for your eyes and a roller coaster ride for all of your senses. We moored Altor on the quay and stepped ashore to stretch our legs and try to comprehend this land that we were now sailing in.
When I first sort of concocted the idea of this trip in my pods, it was, you know, Scotland and beyond, and suddenly it was Shetland, and then it was Faroes, and I started talking about the Faroe Islands. And now I'm here, and it feels like a realisation of a dream, having a world capable cruiser down there moored up on the quay wall. And now I think to myself, but how much did I know about the Faroes before? Did I just know they were up here? Did I want to come here just because they were here, or what? I don't know, but I feel like it's a dream come true. But how much attention have I paid to the Faroe Islands before I thought of sailing here? How long is a piece of string? How long would it take me to do head over heels rolls down there before I got wet? How long would it take me to masturbate with the barbed wire glove? Would I enjoy it?
I bet you would. Twisted.
Please forgive him, for he has ingested the mind-altering substance known as the Faroe Islands. After 2 relaxing days and nights in this peaceful town, we left and headed around the north coast, only to have our minds blown all over again. Join us next time as we reach our most northern latitude for this trip, turn our bow south and find the safe harbour and beautiful town that is Fuglafjord. Thank you so much for joining us at 62 degrees north. We hope you have enjoyed it, and if so, please stay tuned for more. Altor out.